many of the improvements that you might find in the supply chain might come from, because an evolution in the volume in the market, or even in big companies because they have many other projects going on.
Yeah.
So when you do this exercise of claiming the savings that are coming, how can you claim what is really coming from a DDI and is maybe not coming from another initiative?
Yeah, that's a great question. If all of the projects that had ever claimed inventory reductions had actually delivered, we would be living in a minus inventory world, I'm sure. We've all been there, haven't we? We've all promised things. It was really interesting. From 2011 through to 2016, I took about $1 billion of inventory out through traditional tools, through IBP, through demand sensing, through forecast segmentation, all of that kind of stuff. My problem was that the targets that the company had were even more than that. And it's like, oh my God, I've run out of ideas. I've run out of other things I can do. I can't forecast any better. I can't inventory optimize any better. I can't, all the things, the traditional tools that you do. So in a way, it was very easy because there weren't many projects really happening across supply chain that were promising a 30% drop. If you make 5% improvement in forecast accuracy, you might be saying I'll get a 1 or 2% improvement in inventory level, not 30%. So it was very easy to say, look, we're playing in this space in principle. So we're the ones in 2017, 2018, 2019 who are making systemic change. So if there's a step change in performance, we went live in July, and you can see the before July figures, you can see the after July figures. It's quite easy to correlate. But also, the other thing, when you start going live and you're doing let's say you're doing a dry run, you've got the system switched on, but you're still working in the old way, and you've designed your buffers, you've positioned them, you've sized them, you've calculated your variability, you're using a system, I guess, you use a DD system for this. At your starting point, the system says your inventory is here, the buffer wants to take you here. So you've got a delta here. You're at 1,000 pallets now in your warehouse. Projecting your DD buffer says that you should be at 600 pallets, for example. So you know before you even start, I'm looking for around 400 pallets different. I use pallets, it could be anything, whatever your unit of measuring. So if you say we're going to switch on in July, and the system, after about 3 or 4 months of cycle, the system is going to start gliding down to a new level of, half a green above red, wherever you've done the theory, so it's going to be somewhere there. Then I'm switching on, and so you can make a good claim to be the hero, effectively. But it's really important. There's a thing, I probably didn't dwell on it in the slides, really. When you switch on and go live, again, one of the work streams that we really, really urge you to think about, and for some companies you will need support in this, is the measurement and tracking, the compliance. There's nothing worse than the reality of supply chain kicking in and happening and stopping your on-hand inventory getting to the new level it should be at. And you need metrics, you need visibility to see where is it breaking down, where is it not happening. And it could be the guy in the plant who keeps getting an order for 1 and he makes 5. Or he gets an order for 3 and he makes 10. Because he's driven by unit cost. He likes to keep his plant running. Whatever plant it is, he likes to keep the taps open, the lines running, the blenders running, whatever it might be. He will be doing that, and in his world, he's doing the right thing. In his metrics, what his boss wants him to do, he's doing the right thing. So you need to think about metrics, to design some dashboards, some metrics, get some system support with that, just to have an idea of who's working in the way that we said we should be working. Because I guarantee you, in that big network, there's a load of people who are going to find it difficult to work in a different way. Even though, as evangelists, why would you not? Why the hell are you not using demand-driven? It's obvious. It's obvious you should be doing this. But if your bonus at the end of the year, or your paycheck, or your status, or your whatever in the company is different to what DD is asking you to do, That's a huge, huge change for some people. And you need to coach them, you need to guide them, you need to work with their bosses, you need to work with the HR people on remuneration. There's so many things to tackle there. And I say I didn't get that bit fully right because until I went with DD and I was able to see the planning system in the cloud and the ERP system here, hang on, I asked for that, they gave me that. Well, I never saw that before because I never knew with clarity what I'd asked for. Not me, but the planners. Because in ERP, you don't know, the system never tells you what it originally wanted, it only ever tells you what they released. What was the shop order? What was the works order? It doesn't tell you that they should have made 1,000, but they made you 10,000. All you see is a work order for 10,000. In the DD architecture, where you've got a cloud system, DD will tell you, I asked for 1,000. The buffer needed 1,000. Bang! The on-hand has gone into blue or whatever system your over the top of green colour would be, and you can start to track. Who's doing that then? Is it a particular factory? Is it a particular country? Is it a particular product? Is it a particular person in a plant who is making those decisions? And the visibility helps you to get there. So, does that help?
Yeah, absolutely.